Greetings. This will be a video report and astrolog of today's magnitude 6.9 earthquake that struck Leyte, Philippines, approximately 12 hours ago on the 30th of September 2025. Now, I was expecting a strong earthquake in August for the Philippine region based on a series of very strong planetary geometries, but if we have a look at the chart, the key attributes, we see that Venus is about to merge into the node, Jupiter is quite strong, linking into square aspect with Mercury and also trine aspect with Lilith. But the key driver for today's earthquake definitely will be the Uranus and Pluto connection within 11 minutes of their perfect trine. We're now going to look at a series of still images that I focused on the August time frame, and I'll show the reason why. If we have a look at today's date and note the planetary connection of Uranus and Pluto at 11 minutes of separation, I primarily focus on the Philippine region due to the station of Mars, which is marking the general location. The earthquake event was just further across, and we can actually see it above. So it's further up north and in this location here. So it's very close to the Mars station. So I'm looking at the Mars station with this frame, which occurred in December of 2024. The next frame shows a series of planetary connections involving Uranus, Neptune, Mars, all at trine aspect, and in behind we have a very strong aspect of Pluto. So, and this is marking, the house is marking the actual station of Mars. So I primarily focused on the Mars station combined with this series of very strong connections on the 2nd of August, and that was the main area of focus. Now, we had a very powerful series of planetary influences involving the inner solar system, and I thought that this would be the prime area of focus as it links right back into the February 2012 and also the October 2013. We had two major earthquakes in the Philippines with the same geometry, and I thought that the period in August would be a key reflection and a possible time frame for another event for the Philippines. However, the prime area of focus was the Uranus and Pluto connection at trine for this event. This is the August forecast that was focusing on the heliocentric connections of the inner solar system and also the Earth-Mercury-Sun planetary alignment, which was a key figure back in 2012 and 13. So my prime area of focus was around the Mars station, which was very close to the earthquake epicenter. But the key area that I didn't look at was the connection of Pluto and Uranus at the time for this major event to come. Now going back to May of 2025, and this time we get to see the main culprit for today's earthquake. Pluto makes the station very close to the earthquake epicenter, pretty much right over Cebu, and very close to the earthquake epicenter. So Pluto stationed in May and then turned back retrograde, and as it's moving back retrograde, making a series of connections, Neptune, Venus, Mars, and also Uranus. And we can actually see that at the station, Uranus is involved, connected into the node. So this is an extremely powerful time frame where Uranus and Pluto have been exalted, and when Uranus and Pluto have made their reconnection and trine, we get the major earthquake. Now we're going to progress and animate the software from May of 2025 and progress it forward. And we can actually see the trine aspects with Astro-Cartography added and overlaid. And if we just move the chart forward, we can actually see Pluto stationing and now moving back. It makes a connection with Venus. Then we get these series of trine aspects moving across, and it will be quite slow with the software, but we can actually see the Sun moving across its trine, Mercury coming back, but Neptune is closing in on Pluto. Saturn comes through and makes a kiss of Neptune just to the west, and this is in July. We can actually see this coming. And then we get to see some very interesting dynamics with Uranus, the key player and driver for today's earthquake. We see Venus moving through. And we have the retrogrades of both Neptune and Saturn in July. So they get close together and then they pull away, and then Uranus comes through and makes a connection with both planets of Saturn, Neptune, and then also with Pluto. And this is the key driver. Mars also features through and makes a connection, and we're now into August of 2025. That concludes this short astrolog and video report of today's magnitude 6.9 earthquake that struck the Leyte region, Philippines, earlier today. Thanks for watching.